Hello students, last day we have discussed about taxonomical aids and we have completed that chapter living world. Today we will discuss about the cell unit of life. So let's start. Let's know what is cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. That means each and every living organism has the structural unit cell. You can compare this with a house. The house is made up of bricks. In this way you can say that the living organism, the body of all living organism is made up of cell. Anton von Leeuwenhoek first discovered or described the living cell. Robert Brown first discovered cell, we know that, but it was not living. He has discovered or observed that the cork cells, it was non-living cell. So let's discuss about the cell theory. So cell theory is a theory given by Sladen and Schwann. This theory states that all living organisms are composed of product of cells. That means all living organisms are the products of cell. As I told earlier, that the cells are combined and forms the living organism. All cells arises from pre-existing cells. That means cells usually divide and forms the new cell. So all of the cells are arises from pre-existing cells. Activities of an organism are outcome of sum total of activities of interactions of its constituent cells. That means any organism has some activity. Suppose we are moving, we have movement, we have locomotion, etc. These all activities are the sum total activities of cells. For example, if you move your hand, then all the cells regarding to your hand muscles and nervous tissue and all the cells, neuron cells, that means the nerve cells and the muscle cells, all of are activated and they are interact with each other. These functions of all cells results into the movement of your hand. So let's look at this diagram of a cell. My diagram is not so good. It's the plant cell. Here the cell is covered by cell wall. You can see that here is I have pointed the cell wall, and inside the cell, the pink colored portion, it's the nucleus. Nucleus is covered by a membrane known as nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane. There are so many grey colored shaded portions. These are the endoplasmic reticulum, which are attached with nuclear membrane. These are the endoplasmic reticulums are two in type. Some types of endoplasmic reticulums are rough in nature. That means they contains the ribosome. You can see that rough endoplasmic reticulum have small dots. That's the ribosomes. And some types of endoplasmic reticulums, they are smooth in nature. They are known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Here at the last side, the vacuole is there. Plant cells, these vacuoles are larger in size, and in plant cells we have the chloroplast, which is helpful for photosynthesis. And here you can see the diagram of an animal cell. The whole cell is covered by a cell membrane and or plasma membrane. You can say that the plasma membrane. This plasma membrane present in plant cell, but in case of plant cell an extra covering is there, that is known as cell wall. And centriole is there in animal cells. The centrioles are there. It helps in microtubule formation and helps in cell division. In metaphase state of cell division, we will discuss it later. But in case of plant cells, there is no centriole. Here paroxysome, here it's also present in plant cell as well as the animal cells. You can look at this at the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, nuclear envelope, nucleolus. Each and everything is similar like plant cells. So if we look at the cells, then on the basis of nucleus, it is divided into two basic types. That's the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Pro means the primitive and karyon means the nucleus. That means prokaryotic cells are the cells having primitive type of nucleus without any nuclear membrane. And in case of eukaryotic cells, U means the modern and advanced, and karyon means the nucleus. The cells having nucleus covered with nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope is called as a eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells has so many other characters. We will discuss it after some time. Here it's a diagram of a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. You can see that prokaryotic cells are the group of organisms that lack cell nucleus or membrane bound organelles, but in case of eukaryotic cell they contains the complex structure enclosed with a membrane. Here we can say that the example of prokaryotic cells can be bacteria, virus, etc. But in case of eukaryotes can be fungi, protista, animalia, plantae, etc. The all cells all cells of the higher organisms are eukaryotic in nature. Now we will discuss about the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. You can see that these are the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. As I told earlier, the pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus, and eu means modern or advanced and karyon means nucleus. That means the cells having primitive type of nucleus without any nuclear membranes are prokaryotic cells, and the cells covered with nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope, they are eukaryotic in nature. Membrane bound organelles are usually absent in prokaryotic cell, but in eukaryotic cell membrane bound organelles are present like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, chloroplast, lysosome, etc. Nucleolus, it's at the center portion of a nucleus. This is absent in case of prokaryotes, and in case of eukaryotes this nucleolus is present. The ribosomes are 70S in nature in case of prokaryotes, and ribosomes are 80S in nature in case of eukaryotes. These are the ribosomes of prokaryotes have 50S and 30S subunit, and in case of eukaryotic ribosome it has 40S and 30S subunit. But there are some exceptions. In case of eukaryotic cell, the ribosomes present in mitochondria and chloroplast, they are 70S in nature like prokaryotic ribosome. Centrioles are absent in case of prokaryotes, but centrioles are usually present in case of eukaryotes, but it is only for animal cells. Thylakoids, if present in prokaryote, it lies freely in cytoplasm. That means if the thylakoids are there in prokaryotic cell, it lies freely in cytoplasm. But in case of eukaryotes, these thylakoids will be grouped inside that chloroplast and named as grana. The additional small circular DNA segment may be present on prokaryotes. It is known as plasmid DNA. But in case of eukaryotes, no plasmid DNA is present. Let's stop on here. Next day we will discuss about the fluid mosaic model and the ultrastructure of cell wall. Thanks for watching my video till end. If you like it, then like it, and you can share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.